Hello, hi. My name is Paul Garcia. I'm going to be presenting my chemistry project, which is over Albert Einstein. And I don't have any family or friends here. I'm kind of in isolation right now, so I'm going to try my best to do this and record everything on my own here. So, see if I can do this. All right. Okay, Albert Einstein, born March 14th, 1879, died April 18th, 1955. Some of his major accomplishments. Here we go. He provided empirical evidence for the atomic theory. He enabled the determination of Avogadro's number and therefore the size of molecules. He solved the riddle of the photoelectric effect. He proposed the special theory of relativity. And he also came up with the concept of rest energy through his famous equation of the special theory of E equals mc squared. All right, so I just put a little timeline together of Einstein's life. 1879, he was born in Ulm in the German Empire to Hermann Einstein, an engineer, and Pauline Koch. 1905, he published 4 groundbreaking papers attracting attention of the academic world and was awarded a PhD by the University of Zurich. 1919, he married Elsa Lowenthal, who was a first cousin maternally and second cousin paternally. The couple had 2 sons together, Edward and Hans Albert Einstein. In 1933, the married couple immigrated to the United States while on a visit because he knew he could not return to Germany with the rise of the Nazi power. 1955, he experienced internal bleeding caused by the rupture of an abdominal aortic aneurysm. Refusing surgery and feeling he had lived his life fully, he passed on April 17th. Einstein had a large interest in music. I've just got a little quote here where he says, "I often think in music. I live my daydreams in music." Einstein had a love for music, saying that if he was not a physicist, he would probably be a musician, admitting that he got the most joy in life from music. His mother played the piano and wanted him to learn how to play the violin. Initially disinterested, he discovered Mozart at age 13 and taught himself how to play the instrument. He would continue to play throughout his life and even in some quartets with members of the Zöllner Quartet and Juilliard Quartet, who was said to have been impressed by his level of coordination and intonation. Right, activism and views on racism. Einstein had strong feelings about racism, calling it America's worst disease, feelings as though it was passed from one generation to the next. He even joined the NAACP, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, to campaign for the civil rights of African Americans. Also, in the infamous case of W.E.B. Du Bois, he offered to be a character witness, which immediately caused the judge to drop the case. All right, here's just a little quote. He says here, "We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them." I've got a list of religious views here. Einstein did not believe in a personal God, but did not consider himself an atheist, but rather an agnostic or a deeply religious non-believer. 15 months before his death, he wrote a German written letter to philosopher Erich Gutkind saying, "The word God is for me nothing but an expression and product of human weaknesses. The Bible, a collection of venerable but still rather primitive legends. No interpretation, no matter how subtle, can change anything about this. For me, the Jewish religion, like all other religions, is an incarnation of the most childish superstition, and I cannot see anything chosen about them." So he saw us all as equal, basically. All right, so now here is the theory of relativity. Einstein is best known for the development of the theory of relativity. best known to the public for his mass energy equivalence formula E equals mc squared, which has been called the world's most famous equation. In 1921, he received the Nobel Prize in Physics for his services to theoretical physics and especially for his discovery of the law of the photoelectric effect. This theory uses two different theories by Einstein: special relativity and general relativity. Special relativity applies to all things physical besides gravity. General relativity explains the law of gravitation and its relation to other forces of nature. It applies to the cosmological and astrophysical realm, including astronomy. This theory transformed physics and astronomy, changing the 200-year-old theory of mechanics by Isaac Newton. Okay, and again, it's about the theory of relativity. It was a breakthrough in physics. It became world-changing and was even posted in the New York Times. I've got a little picture here. On November 25th, 1919, stating that gravity ceases to be a force and becomes a quality. I just thought that was interesting. Okay, Einstein was also known for his quotes. Here's one where he says, "I have no special talents. I am only spontaneously curious." Einstein had very liberal views on life and the world, and quotes of his words can be found just about anywhere and have become a large part of popular culture. His words make more sense than most theorists of today. All right, and here we go to his legacy. Aside from his scientific impacts, Einstein has been the inspiration for numerous films, plays, novels, and music. His expressive face and distinctive hairstyle have widely been copied and exaggerated, making him immediately recognizable all over the world. And that is the end of my presentation. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed it.